You know what else makes me smile? Seeing all of you here. This crystal ballroom, I just think is a lovely place to hold this event, and we've been doing it for the past 26 years. That's a long time. So I also am happy to see that Mayor Fisher is here, and that Dr. Hargens is here, and that Barry Burnson has been doing this for 8 years with us, and I really appreciate that. Metro Council members, the JCPS board members, community partners, colleagues, our sponsors, Class Act, like Barry said, and ResCare. We had Hilliard Lyons also donate, KAGAA donated a table. We really do appreciate the support for that. Our friends and family, former bosses, current bosses, parents, LEEP students, the principals, the career planners, and the KAGAA staff, who I have to give a shout out to because we would not be able to do what we do in the schools with financial aid if it wasn't for you all, because you are so supportive and you just make everything really work for those students to get the financial aid. So we thank you, KAGAA. Okay, and I also want to thank everyone for coming to celebrate with us and sharing the joy of hearing the stories from the current and former LEEP students. Every year I'm blessed to work with the students on their speeches. And as you all know, it is a process to write a speech. Students, I know you know that's a process because I spent many hours with you. We videotape them, we work with them, they write them, they rewrite them, they edit. And now you're going to hear the finished product of their hard work to being part of making the speech and being here today. What I want to share with you is that I know that they are going to make their parents proud and tell their story and make their family and friends proud. There are many changes that they also make along the way. So today, students, I'm talking to you. This is the end of the process. It is now your turn to tell your story. We are here to celebrate your success. So when you walk up to the lectern and the podium, know that each and every person in this audience is supportive and happy to cheer you on. I also want to thank the families of our students for encouraging their children to participate in LEEP. And as they graduate, I know you will continue to support and encourage them to excel. I said 26 years is a long time. And so someone had to start this program. And some of those individuals are here in the room. So I want to take a moment to give special recognition to one of the former LEEP leaders who is known for supporting and encouraging students in his own right. He directed the LEEP program in the beginning stages, and this wonderful educator is Ange Vaccaro. For the past 26 years, thousands of Jefferson County students have benefited from the vision of education, government, and community leaders who established this partnership. The leaders understood that together we could help students to graduate and be prepared for post-secondary education training in the world of work. They understood that without personalized support, many students can fall through the cracks. They become disengaged and they become lost. These leaders recognized that it was essential that the entire community work together to provide the supports these students needed. And they understood that relationships were a key element. Ange Vaccaro was the right person at the right time to guide this program. When we first thought about giving this special recognition award to Ange, a few of the new staff asked, "Who is Ange?" Well, how do I describe him? Anyone who knows him would say he is caring, he's open, he's accepting, he's passionate about students and having a successful and meaningful life. He is giving, engaging, and most of all, a connector who encourages and believes in new ideas. Working together with the community leaders, Ange demonstrated that support of students involves more than saying the right words. He demands action. It demands a belief that young people have both the ability and the talent to be leaders, that their voice is important and valuable. Ange's passion for mentoring and engaging students in a broad array of experiences has helped foster a generation of learners. For this, the LEEP program is forever grateful, and Ange, for your leadership, for building a firm foundation for LEEP to thrive and grow. I am thankful for your support and your friendship throughout the years, and would like to express our deep gratitude for your enduring commitment to educating, mentoring, and servicing the youth of Louisville. Thank you, Ange.
Good morning. Linda gave me 1 minute, which is 30 seconds more than Mr. Malcolm Chancey gave me the first time I was here 25 years ago, when I was offered the opportunity to be executive director for the Louisville Partnership, which was a blessing. I'm going to just say the same thing I said then, although I didn't know it at the time, but I thought it at the time. There are some career planners, that people in here who were career planners, and I just saw Don, who's now a counselor at Fern Creek. If you were a career planner, would you please stand? If you were a career planner, would you please stand? And stay standing, Cindy. Stay standing. Please stand up, stand up. Now, if you're a current career planner, would you please stand? Stand up. Please stay standing. Please stay standing. I got 25 more seconds. 25 years ago, Mr. Chancey asked me, can we be competitive at a national level? Because we were competing against 6 other cities that were awarded the grant from the National Alliance of Business and the Department of Labor. Louisville was one of 7 nationally recognized. One of 7 in the nation. I said yes. The 2 elements were the high school principals, strong leadership, and you know all that, you know what that means. Second, the career planner role. This program was built around this role and these people. And for 25 years, these people have responded. And for each breakfast I've been at, we've been cordial and we've been polite, and we have said, thank you. Would you please join me now and actually give them a round of applause to show them what they've done.
Andrew Thomas is a career planner that Dan just mentioned at Wagner High School. And Andrew, if you would present on the screen here the highlights from the last year and point your attention to the front of the room, please.
All right, good morning everybody, and welcome to the 26th annual LEEP Breakfast. My name is Andrew Thomas, and I've served as a career planner at Wagner High School for the past 3 years. I'm also so excited to be here with you guys today to share our 2012-2013 data. This morning, I also have the great honor of telling you all about the successes of our 2013 class of LEEP students. On the front line, career planners work with students to help them persist towards graduation by providing support and offering encouragement throughout the student's high school career. Just as the name partnership implies, we partner with community organizations to coach students and help them develop crucial life skills and provide college and career readiness training. For the 2012-2013 school year, a total of 993 students in 14 high schools participated in LEEP. Dr. Hargens, we understand the importance of aligning ourselves with the district's 2015 strategic vision plan. Every student graduates prepared by using predictive data to guide interventions with students to keep them on track towards graduation, along with assessing the effectiveness of these interventions. Through our programming, we help students develop 21st century life skills and prepare them to be college and career ready. Now let me share with you all our goals. As everyone knows, goals are what drives a program. Since the beginning in 1988, the LEEP program has focused on three very important goals: to graduate seniors, to prevent students from dropping out, and to prepare students for college and career. It is with great pride that we again report LEEP has exceeded its goals. The first goal of the LEEP program is that at least 90% of seniors will graduate from high school in 4 years. In 2013, 95.1% of seniors served by LEEP graduated. The second goal of the LEEP program is to provide a safety net so that no more than 4% of participating students drop out. In 2013, only 1.5% of students served by LEEP dropped out. The third goal of the LEEP program is to transition at least 90% of LEEP graduates into a job, post-secondary education, vocational training, or the military. In 2013, 93.8% of students reported a successful transition. All right, looking at this slide, we are showing you the transitional data of our seniors. The majority of the LEEP students reported they were going to college. 67% of the graduates plan to enter post-secondary education, while 4.6% of graduates transitioned into vocational training. 20.1% of graduates transitioned to the workforce, and 2.06% of graduates are now serving in the United States military. All right, out of 130 seniors who transitioned to college, 28 of these graduates earned more than $268,000 in scholarships at many universities across the region, such as the University of Louisville, go Cards. I know we're all looking excited for tomorrow night's game. May the best team win. Spalding University, University of Pikeville, Lindsey Wilson University, Morehead State University, University of the Cumberlands, Jefferson Community and Technical College, and Kentucky State University, to name a few. Now let's take a look at our attendance. As we all know, attendance is very important. A great quote I once heard from actually someone sitting right here in this room is that it's not just about attendance, it is about attending. I think that is so true. So as career planners, we monitor attendance on a daily basis and provide response to intervention services to remove those barriers, because we know how crucial attending is for student success. We are pleased to share the average number of absences has continued to decrease from 23 days in 2010 to 2011 to 15 days in 2011-2012 to 14 days per year in 2012-2013. As you view our programming, you notice LEEP has been successful in both the programs and the district's goals by providing effective strategies, interventions, and student supports. As you can see, career planners offer assistance in graduation towards graduation and being prepared for college. Through the support of career planners, students have a variety of opportunities to be equipped with the necessary skills to be employed throughout the community. Many career planners also stay connected through the summer as job coaches with the students who participate in the Mayor's Summer Works program. Career planners connect students with opportunities to develop relationships with caring adults. Through fostering positive relationships, this provides the anchor to students who need a positive perspective. LEEP students are able to attain essential life skills through a variety of positive youth development experiences that serve their community as volunteers, leaders, and active citizens. In closing, it is all about the kids. It really is. And that is why each one of us are here in this room today. As all of you all are, I'm so excited to hear these amazing stories of these amazing young individuals that we'll be recognizing today. I want to thank all of you all for taking the time to hear what we do as a program to support our kids. It has been my pleasure to share our data with you to provide a greater understanding of what LEEP's positive involvement in our schools and community. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Good morning, I'm Congressman John Thomas. Although the congressional schedule requires me to be in Washington today, I'm honored to welcome you to the 26th annual LEEP Breakfast. I want to start by thanking you for the work you do and congratulating you on more than a quarter century of extraordinary service. Each of you, staff, volunteers, partners, and participants in the program, has dedicated your time and efforts to strengthening our community, and for that you deserve our gratitude and continued support. I don't have to remind you of the value of a college degree. Graduating from college broadens knowledge, deepens experiences, and has served as the foundation for millions of great careers. But I do want to mention how much a college degree is worth, $1.1 million. That's how much more, on average, a college graduate will earn over his or her lifetime than someone who doesn't have a degree. Working with young people to overcome challenges, develop good habits, and understand the importance of an education is a major investment, but it comes with a major payoff too, and not just for those who will be making an extra $1 million. The young people who participate in LEEP become contributors in our society. They share their expertise, creativity, and understanding in boardrooms and local businesses, in classrooms and community centers. They become the small business owners, taxpayers, and consumers who help grow our economy. But perhaps more importantly, these young people become our next generation of leaders. They are the trustees of our future success. And if we stop investing in them, we can expect to forfeit their contributions too. That's why I'm proud to support the investments we make in their success. That's why I'm fighting in Congress for more resources in our classrooms, better access to higher education, and broader workforce training initiatives. And it's why the efforts of all participating LEEP organizations, JCPS, Metro United Way, Kentuckiana Works are so essential. Without these partnerships, the barriers to success that exist in our community and cities across the nation would never come down. Thank you for your continued efforts to strengthen Louisville for the future. I hope to see you all very soon.
Thank you, Congressman, and we are delighted once again joining us for this year's LEEP celebration, the Mayor of Metro Louisville, Mayor Greg Fisher. Mr. Mayor.
Well, good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Good? All right, I've been getting a lot of flack this week. I've gotten the most flack, believe it or not, off of the prediction for this basketball game on Friday night. The Big Blue Nation is very vociferous in their dislike for me because I'm an unabashed fan of the Louisville Cardinals. Okay. So their assertion is that at least half of the city are Big Blue fans and they will never vote for me again. And I said I'm willing to take that risk. So when I've got a couple hundred people like this, I'd like just to do a poll. How many people in here are going to be rooting for Kentucky on Friday night? How many are going to be rooting for U of L? Now, Barry, I know you said you're not a math expert, but that was not 50-50, okay? All right, now how many people are going to be cheering for the Lady Cards on Sunday? All right, before the Lady Cards play, there's going to be a massive walk across Big Ford Bridge at 1 o'clock on Sunday to encourage everybody to come out. Since we had that teen violence episode on Saturday night, I've had the opportunity of being present at the VOTE Awards. The VOTE Awards for $10,000 scholarships given to 10 outstanding JCPS students. Makes you cry when you hear their accomplishments, much like when we hear from our LEEP scholars later here today. It stirs your soul. I've had the opportunity of speaking to 400 people at Dare to Care. These are people that delivered 2 million more pounds of food for food assistance in the community this year. I was with the Louisville Energy Alliance last night. I'm here this morning, and there hadn't been any media at any of these events. And these events are what define our community. The LEEP scholars and the assistance that they get are what define our community. So we live in a sensationalist time when it comes to media and media coverage. One of the things that comes out of all of this is the pride that people have in our city. And when something happens like Saturday night, it shocks people, and I get that, and it's unacceptable. We're not going to tolerate it. But we can't leave our kids either. We can't run away from them. Some of these kids are trouble. We know that. And a lot of y'all work with these kids. So the answer is just not to forget them, or as some of the people would say, find them, lock them up, and throw the key away. Well, these people obviously haven't walked into some of these shoes, don't understand the problem. That's not it. So we'll have an approach that's both more resource intensive from a public safety perspective, but also a community outreach approach as well, because it takes both. You gotta have toughness, but you gotta have compassion at the same time. Much like what you have to have in public schools, right? I mean, these kids we're talking about are middle school kids. Middle school kids, ages 10 to 14. So they need assistance. We need to act like adults as well. When you hear some of the sensationalist media and people talking, they're not acting like adults. As a matter of fact, they're behaving almost as if they were there Saturday night, but they just happen to be 30 and 40 years older. So as I've said, keep a cool head. Let's work our plan. We'll work our way through this. Everybody's part of the solution, but we've got a great community, and we always have. And it's represented no more loudly than what we're here today to celebrate our LEEP scholars, whose stories we'll be hearing in a minute that show you the strength that resides in all humans, the love and the spirit and the compassion that resides in all of us. And the students, yes, but their family members, the counselors, the teachers, the principals, the mentors, everybody that's taken an interest in another human being because it's the right thing to do. Nobody had to tell them to do it or pay them to do it. It's the right thing to do. So that's where we're here to celebrate this morning. I couldn't be more proud of the LEEP scholars and what they accomplished. In many ways, you all embody our values that we talk about every day as a city. That's a healthy city, a city of lifelong learners, and a compassionate city at the same time. So that's who we are. Let's stay focused on that as we move forward. As Congressman Yarmouth said, the payoff, speaking more to the LEEP scholars right now, is tremendous for the work that you all have done. Going on and getting your college degree is going to change your life. We frequently talk about an employment problem in the community, in the country for that matter. You don't have an employment problem if you have a degree. Right now, the national average for unemployment is about 8%. If you have a college degree, it's 3%. Okay, so as you get that degree, that ties to employment, which ties to possibilities, which ties to opportunities and hope at the same time. And I've always said when you're getting a degree, and the LEEP scholars have demonstrated that, have joy in the journey, right? Getting a degree shouldn't be some torturous, horrible thing, right? You get to learn, you get to expand your horizons, you get to meet new people, see new opportunities. That's cool, and that's what life is. Learning something new every day. So to be able to do that, and the LEEP scholars will have many scholarship opportunities at the same time, that's what life's all about. So congratulations on that. In the meantime, if you need help with a summer job, our Summer Works program, it will be kicking off. Be sure to let us know in the mayor's office. We've had great response from the private sector to our Summer Works program. We used to get federal money, but because of the cutbacks in federal assistance, that went to zero, so we started a program with the private sector. The first year we had 150 jobs, the second 400, last year 1,500, this year we'll have 2,000 jobs due to the good support. And that's because of the support from companies like Thornton Oil or Norton Healthcare that I see over here today with their CNA program. are stepping up. So when you see these summer works programs, please let them know. So any of the LEEP scholars, if y'all are interested in a summer job and you don't have one, work through your counselor, come back up through Donna or however you want to do it, and let us know in the mayor's office so we can make sure you have every consideration for that. So unfortunately, I have to excuse myself right now. There's a few things I have to be working on. So I just wanted to come by this morning and say how proud I am of the whole LEEP program. LEEP shows when we make and provide the right assistance, it works, right? So when somebody tells you there's no solution, say, let's talk about LEEP, and let's talk about how we can expand this in the community. Thank you all very much for a great job.
You know her because, well, you just do. Dr. Donna M. Hargens, has been superintendent of JCPS since August of 2011, which was about the time that I left commercial television, but there was no connection between those two things, as far as I can tell. Dr. Hargens, as superintendent, is focused on raising student achievement. Who doesn't want that? Her leadership style is grounded in collaboration, and with more on that, here she is herself, Dr. Donna Hargens.
Thanks so much. And we really are very fortunate to be led by a great school board. So if I could ask our school board members who are representing our board here this morning to stand, and let's recognize them for their hard work and leadership. Thanks, Chair Porter, Board Member Duncan, Board Member Haddad for being here. Last year, when Advanced Ed conducted a review of our schools to determine if the district would be one of the few districts to receive national accreditation, one of the things they couldn't help but notice was our community partnerships. In fact, they were so impressed by this community and the strong level of support that they cited it in our report as one of the district's most powerful practices. The LEEP Breakfast reflects this practice, and it's an annual reminder of the unique partnerships that we have in Louisville and how they are contributing to the achievement of our dream to become the best urban district in the country. For over a quarter of a century, and in partnership with this wonderful city and mayor, Metro United Way and LEEP has served as the support that has helped many of our students remain in school. This support has allowed participants to go on to pursue dreams and careers that would not have been possible without it. From the mentors that work to remove the various academic and non-academic barriers, to the community partners that ensure that our students have experiences that enrich their educational journey, LEEP has and will continue to play a significant role in the district's progress. And you know, this is all starting to yield results. Our college and career readiness rate is up, our graduation rate is up. For the first time in our history, we met the Kentucky Department of Education target. 75 of our schools met their targets. And as the mayor said, if you lined up all the kids in JCPS who are doing wonderful things, and all the kids who are demonstrating that they are proficient and distinguished, we would have more, by far, more kids on that side of the room than many school districts have. And we have successful kids in each one of our high schools and each one of our schools. So, but we won't rest until the true measure of our success is realized, that all students graduate prepared. So how do we improve a district? Student by student, life by life. And it's really their recognition that really is, and their success, that is really the measure of our success. So to the students that we are honoring today, congratulations. We know this recognition is just the first of many recognitions to come. And to the principals and administrators and LEEP counselors and all the school-based staff and central services-based staff that are here today, I want to thank you for all that you do to support our students. But to our business leaders and partners, thank you for your ongoing commitment to these students. Your investment in our students, I assure you, is the most powerful investment that you can make. Thank you.
Each of these honorees is featured in your annual report, and I'm sure you'll agree that they are most deserving. If you disagree, that's just too bad. They're getting the awards anyway. First, our Business of the Year, through the Real Jobs, Real World program coordinated by Junior Achievement. Volunteers from area businesses serve as real-world career guides for high school students as they connect classroom career exploration activities with jobs in the real world. Along with the lessons taught by guest speakers, students were eligible to attend job shadow visits with local businesses like Norton Healthcare, UPS, Business First, and Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, along with Volunteers of America. The job shadow visits provide a glimpse into the day in the life at a variety of work settings. They've been a great activity to prepare students for future careers. Please join me in recognizing as the recipient of the Business of the Year Award, Junior Achievement. This year we're recognizing as our Community Partner of the Year, a dedicated professional who actively recruits students to the University of Kentucky. Please. Buzz Burnham's his name, and he fully supports LEEP students and works with career planners to arrange for campus tours over in Lexington. He's known for going the extra mile to provide students with needed information and help them feel welcome. Many students report that without Buzz's assistance, they would have given up on their dream to continue their education. With a positive, caring attitude, Buzz stands out as a professional focused on helping students succeed, and that's the work that has earned him recognition this year as Community Partner of the Year, Buzz Burnham. Emmett Buzz Burnham. Now, without support from others in the school system, it of course would be difficult for the LEEP program to impact as many students as are touched in the outreach efforts. And as a classroom teacher, here's someone who's been supportive of LEEP students all along. Career planner Inga Bush describes this woman as a go-to person, and she says she has an outstanding rapport with students and sees their potential with student success as her main goal. LEEP is fortunate to have her as a special ally. We congratulate Mary Ann Kenzer of Fairdale High School. Our Mentor of the Year, and it's okay to say mentor. A lot of people say mentor, but we'll save that discussion for another day. It's okay to say mentor. I looked it up before I came here. Matt Salee is his name, and for 6 years he has been serving as a mentor with the Rest Care team at J-Town High School. The career planner at Jefferson Town, Pam Amshoff, says after Matt's mentee graduated last spring, Matt was matched with senior Malik King, whose previous mentor left the company. They've officially been matched for a year, but the two have known each other for 3 years through these mentoring group activities. And Malik shares that Matt is a man I can look up to, know that he'll give me good advice. We've had a lot of talks about school, grades, my future. He continues to encourage me to do my best, lets me know he believes in me, even though I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do after graduation. Please join me in recognizing for his dedication to the program from Rest Care, Matt Salee. Let us talk next about the Gordon Food Service, the Fun Funds Scholarship Awards. Gordon Food Service has established this rebate program to reward schools and organizations for their loyalty by purchasing selected food items. Each year, the Jefferson County Public Education Foundation has benefited from this very worthwhile program. Since 2012, seniors selected by their schools as outstanding will each receive a $400 scholarship award for their achievements. Now, we have 3 Louisville area Gordon Food Service store managers, from the Jefferson Mall store, Scott Doolittle, from the Dixie Highway store, Laura Butler, and from the Hurstburn store, Tina Martin, and they are going to present students with their awards. Our thanks to GFS for that. Here are the scholarship award winners from Gordon Food Service. From Butler Traditional High School, Angel Raypole. From Fairdale High, Debbie Beausejour. From Fern Creek High School, Bailey Gackenbach. From Iroquois High School, Keontae Carnell. From J-Town High, Jenna Kidwell. From Moore High School, Brianne Probst. Seneca High School's Tram Tran, Valley High School, Cody Roybert, and from Western Early College High School, Sarah Thomas. Our congratulations to those recipients. Shall we welcome the stand, please? All right, we'd like you to hear from a young man I've met twice already today because I wanted to make sure I pronounced his name right. His name is Irakoze Diudone, and I think I got it pretty close. He likes to be called DI, which makes it a little bit easier. And he's overcome a number of obstacles on his path, probably more than most people in this room. He's headed towards high school graduation, lived in a refugee camp for 12 years, and all throughout his parents were emphasizing the importance of their faith and education in overcoming adversity. You know, somebody once said, if you break your neck, if your house is on fire, you've got a real problem. Everything else is just an inconvenience. Well, D.I. got to America, found a supportive and caring people, number of them, through his church and school. They helped connect him with many opportunities. And you need to hear his story. I've read it. It's about persevering to overcome struggles in spite of situations beyond your control. And he is honored by all of us today as the fourth recipient of the ABC Scholarship, Irakoze Diudone.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. He already introduced me, but I'll introduce myself again. My name is Irakoze Diudone, and I'm a senior at Wagner High School. First of all, I would like to thank the LEEP Program for selecting me as the 2014 ABC Scholar and providing me with this opportunity to share my story with you all. Well, as you can see, I'm very happy to be here. Well, originally from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, as we call it back home, La République Démocratique du Congo. As an infant, my family moved to Tanzania to escape fighting in my homeland in 1996. We lived in a refugee camp for 12 years until 2008. Throughout these hardships, my parents stressed the importance of education. My father had extended absences because he had worked more than 5 hours away as a fisherman to provide for my family and enable my brothers and me to stay in school and keep food in our stomach. My mom was a year-round farmer, and when we were out of school, we could help as much as we could. Although my father did not complete school and my mom did not attend school due to financial issues, they always emphasized the importance of working hard and getting an education, which will provide us with better opportunities in life. Our faith in Christ was the source for our hope. And when I look back where I came from, I feel very, very privileged to know where I am today. Opportunities and possibilities are endless. I'm from a place where dreams feel limited. If your parents didn't have enough money to send you to school, you have very few options. Either working in the field, becoming a fisherman, or joining the armed force for the rest of your life. Getting the chance to come to America was an answer to our prayers. But once here, the struggle changed, but it didn't disappear. Coming to this country without knowing a word in English made it so hard for me to do well in school. But I didn't let that become an excuse to fail, but I used it as fuel to drive me to success. Upon arriving in Kentucky, I enrolled at ESA at Newcomb Academy as a 6th grader. English was the first language that I had to learn. Regardless of this hurdle, I learned quickly and devoted myself to my study that by 8th grade, I had earned the highest GPA among my classmates and was awarded a title Mr. Western at Western Middle School. At Wagner High School, I continued to excel and challenge myself with advanced placement courses and a 5th language, French. I also worked a part-time job, have been active in many school organizations, and played on the Wagner soccer team. In addition, I serve in the media team and sing in the choir at my church, and I apply and maintain over a 4.0 GPA. As a junior, I applied and was accepted for the Government Scholar Program and participated in the first class of the Metro Youth Advocate. I also participated in the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar, HOBY, as we call it, at both state and local level. My accomplishments are only because of surrounding myself with supportive and positive people in school and in community, such as my mentor, Mr. Curtis Hoskins, who's back there, my best friend, Brian Sabalakis, my beautiful counselor, Ms. Barkman, back there, and my LEEP career planner, who's why I'm here today, Mr. Thomas. This individual taught me to never give up and provided me opportunities to help others to various programs such as Mayor Fisher's Week of Service, Hobie, and the Metro Youth Advocate Program. However, when viewed in light of my background, that includes many hardships, the odds were against me. I listened to them, but I never gave up. I continued to push forward. I would also like to acknowledge my principal, Ms. Zeit, for leadership of creating a positive and supportive high school environment for our students at Wagner. Wagner has provided me a great high school experience and prepared me for my next phase in life. I'm extremely excited today to announce that I have been selected to participate and represent JCPS in the city of Louisville at the 2014 Build Ground Nation Summit in Washington, D.C. at the end of this April. This opportunity only became a reality throughout the support of Metro United Way and the LEEP program. When I attend this summit, I will advocate that all youth deserve a positive educational experience and work towards ensuring all young people graduate. I will continue to voice the importance of education with my peers and the value of applying themselves so they can achieve their dreams. Thank you, Metro United Way and the LEEP program, for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As I reflect back on my high school career, the LEEP program and Mr. Thomas has helped me to discover what I want to do in life and helped me develop many leadership skills through our programs like MYA and Hobie. LEEP has also given me the opportunity to see many different college campuses, which led me to select NKU for my college career. Where I plan to study international business and global politics so I can help people in countries that are divided by war and political dissent. Now, LEEP is even reducing my college expenses through this ABC scholarship. At the end of the day, I realized how LEEP have taught me how important it is to be involved inside of school and outside of school. This helped me being really involved in different organizations in school and outside of school helped me to be very successful at Wagner High School and build many relationships and skills that I will use when I go to college and even later on in life. Thank you, Mr. Thomas and the LEEP program, and as you can see back there, the people who are supporting me here today, my mom. She had to go to a lot as a mom, but she stayed strong and encouraged me to do well in school and outside of school. And my principal, my counselor, and my best friend, and my two beautiful mentors back there. And I just feel blessed, and I really thank God every day for just how much He's blessed me throughout my life. And thank you, everybody.
Our Student of the Year awards. Our first honoree is Aggie Williams of Central High School. She and her family moved from Liberia, war-torn country, to the U.S. She participated in the LEEP program and was connected with many opportunities, including taking part in the Kentuckiana Works Summer Works program last summer. She worked with Metro Parks at the Beachmont Community Center and job shadowed with Walgreens to gain first-hand experience to working in a pharmacy. Guess what? She's going to Eastern Kentucky University, where she plans to pursue a goal of becoming a pharmacist. Aggie Williams of Central High School.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aggie Williams, and it is an honor to have been selected as one of the recipients of the 2014 Student of the Year Award for the LEEP program. I am sincerely grateful for the nomination by Mr. Hurley, my career planner, and this special recognition from the Jefferson County Public Schools, Louisville Metro Government, and the Metro United Way. I was deeply touched when I learned that I had been chosen among other deserving seniors. This award is the fulfillment of one of my long-held dreams, to stand in front of an audience accepting an award for my achievements. Growing up as a child in Liberia, I was one of 12 family members. My grandparents, father, mother, cousins, and aunts all lived under one roof. As a result of the Civil War, we barely had enough to feed our family of 12. In addition, we walked to school, brought our own lunches. Students had no access to technology. We studied by candlelight, and many students would miss school days due to environmental conditions. But we did have many fun times playing outside together with friends. My mother, having been a missionary from Liberia, was the catalyst for my family moving to America. Coming from Liberia to America was a cultural shock. Everything was different. School, houses, the environment, everything, even the weather. Now I know what snow looks like. Since arriving in America at age 10, I felt I had to learn the English language all over again. Now I almost have learned the Southern drawl. 4 years ago, when I first walked through the doors of Central High School, I was determined to find success through my academic pursuits. Although facing many challenges, I'm proud to share that through hard work, I have succeeded in overcoming these obstacles with the help of my family and several wonderful folks, along with staff and administration at Central High School who are here with me today. I especially want to express my gratitude to my family who has supported me in all my undertakings. My parents inspired me to dream big and stress that education will open the doors to success. I also want to thank my godmother, Miss Jane, who has been very supportive and has motivated me to shoot for the stars and to never ever quit. She was also instrumental in bringing our family to the United States. Miss Jane, Mom and Dad, can you please stand? Thank you. Being part of the Medical Magnet program at Central High School sparked my interest to learn a lot about a variety of medical fields. I was intrigued with working in a pharmacy. Mr. Hurley asked me how I knew I wanted to be a pharmacist. I said, I'm not sure, but with my strengths being math and science, I was fascinated with how a little substance can help heal the human body. Mr. Hurley then called Walgreens and set up a job shadow with the lead pharmacist. At Walgreens, I did stockings of medications, counting pills to fill prescriptions, and experiencing a day in the life of a pharmacist. Just being with the pharmacist really opened my eyes to the career and the occupation. With this hands-on experience, I know I can achieve this dream. A secondary goal I have is completing my CNA certification via the Medical Magnet at Central High, which will allow me to obtain a certified nurse's assistant position at a local hospital. Last summer, Mr. Hurley, my career planner, helped me to get my first job working with the kids at Beachmont Community Center through the Mayor's Summer Works program. I had the opportunity to teach the kids and create special bonds with them. It was kind of strange to have people calling me Miss Aggie, but eventually I got used to it. I have found that the college application process takes the same amount of effort as I put into my job. So I put together a tenacious and aggressive plan to apply to several colleges, including the University of Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky University, Western Kentucky, University and Northern Kentucky University. Both Mr. Hurley and my counselor, Ms. Brown, worked with me along the way and sent off my transcripts and ACT scores. I have selected Eastern Kentucky University due to their pre-pharmacy program and proximity to pharmaceutical companies where internships are available. My goal is to earn a degree and pursue my dreams of becoming a hospital pharmacist. I will work hard with determination and commitment. I realized long ago that nothing in life is handed to you. If you want success, you have to earn it. I believe the qualities of determination, positive leadership, and a belief in hard work have brought me here today and will guide me in achieving my future successes. My passion for staying on track has exceeded the fear that may be accompanied by going away from home to college and living on my own for the first time. It is with pleasure that I accept this award. Thank you for your belief in me. I will do my best to live up to your trust and continue to be successful and determined young woman. Thank you to the Louisville Education and Employment Partnership for this special honor. Thank you.
Our next speaker comes to us from Southern High School. This young man found hope when he joined LEEP in his junior year, and he'll graduate this spring from Southern High, plans to attend JCC, and then transfer to Eastern Kentucky, where they have a fine program in law enforcement. Please welcome from Southern High School, Brandon Frederici.
How's everybody doing? All right, well, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know how it's going to come out. Well, good morning. My name is Brandon Frederici, and I'm a senior at Southern High School. And a senior, that's something I never thought I'd ever say. Have you ever wanted to give up due to the lack of help and hope? That was my story before I was introduced to the LEEP program. I was supposed to be a junior, but I was still classified as a sophomore since I had not earned enough credits. I heard about the LEEP program and the dedication to helping students graduate and preparing them for college. At the time, it seemed crazy to me. I did not think I was going to graduate from high school, much less go to college. Well, Ms. Johnson and Ms. Hines came to room 144 and talked to me about the amazing things that I could still do and succeed in graduating from high school. At first, I did not believe in change or turning my life around because of my low self-esteem. I was convinced that I had dug a hole so deep that there was no way of climbing out. What had I done that was so bad that caused me to lose hope for my future? Well, to be honest, I made really bad choices. I started hanging out with the wrong people and started doing drugs. And I don't mean occasionally, I mean every day I was smoking marijuana. I knew that I couldn't hold down a job because I couldn't pass a drug test. I was not happy. This is not what I wanted with my life. I didn't see another way, that is, until two positive things happened to me. I met the girl of my dreams, and I joined the LEEP program. I did not feel I was fit for college, but when Miss Johnson spoke her words, it changed my opinion and gave me hope. She made me feel that I can do something special, that I can actually be somebody. I felt that I could finally reach for my dreams, but I had to understand that I had to climb out of the hole I put myself in. Miss Johnson suggested I get into the E-School program to make up my credits and get back on grade level. During the 2012-13 school year, I enrolled in E-School and worked very hard to complete 4 classes, which enabled me to step up from being classified as a sophomore to rejoin the class of 2014. I was finally happy, and I felt like I could do anything if I put my mind to it. I will never forget the smile that put on my family member's face when they heard my accomplishment. I felt that for the first time, somebody was proud of me. I had been making bad grades, D's and U's, but I flipped that around and landed on the AB honor roll. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. However, my story does not stop there. This fall, as a senior, Miss Johnson invited me to participate in a few job shadow field trips to explore my options and see what was out there for me. I told her I would be interested in going on the job shadow visit since I was curious to learn about the new career field and how people found jobs. The job shadow that touched my heart was when I visited the Volunteers of America. When I visited, I saw dozens of people volunteering in our community, helping people because that's just what they wanted to do. Not for money, but for themselves. Or for themselves, but for the people in need. It seemed too good to be true that people were working for free to assist others, but it was happening right in front of my eyes. I just needed someone to help me see it, and that's why I thank the LEEP program for offering me an experience of a lifetime. Going on job shadow visits confirmed me that I want to choose a job where I work directly with people. Thanks to the opportunities I've had, I've decided what I truly want to do with my life. Be a part of the SWAT team for the Louisville Metro Police Department. To achieve my goals, starting this fall, I will attend Jefferson County Community College for 1 year, then transfer to Eastern Kentucky University to major in law enforcement. Going to college is the only way I can make my dream come true, and this is where the LEEP scholarship will help me succeed. Thanks to the LEEP program, I know I can be the person I want to be, and I appreciate you for allowing me to share my story, and I hope that my experience will help someone else. I also want to thank Dr. Hargens, Mayor Fisher, Ms. Johnson, Ms. Hines, the entire LEEP program, and everyone who took their time out of their busy schedules today to be here for me. Your support of the LEEP program is so important, and it benefits so many students. LEEP really does make a difference in student lives, and I'm so glad that I can be such a part of such a wonderful program. And last but not least, I would like to thank the special people that are here with me today. My mother, Stephanie Frederici, my English teacher, Mrs. Sheldon, my principal, Mr. Hibbert, and my girlfriend, Kara Dare. Thank you.
Our next student of the year is from Pleasure Ridge Park High School, PRP, some people say. Her name's Lenny Rose Spaniers, and she is the last of many Spaniards to pass through the halls of PRP. Her parents have adopted 15 foster children, including Lenny and her brother. As a freshman, she was getting A's and B's in advanced and honors classes, and then her mom and dad suffered strokes. They required hospitalization and rehab that forced her to grow up quickly and become self-reliant. Well, it all started to snowball. Responsibilities became almost overwhelming. But you are about to hear how Lenny Rose Spaniers juggled work and family and school. Here she is, our Student of the Year Award winner, Lenny Rose Spaniers.
Good morning. I want to thank you all for coming here to support me today. First, I would like to thank the Louisville Education and Employment Partnership for selecting me as LEEP Student of the Year. If someone would have told me when I was a sophomore at Pleasure Ridge Park High School that I would be standing here today being honored for graduating from high school, I would not have believed them. My freshman year at PRP is when my life began to go downhill, and it was going fast. When I was 14, my mom had a stroke and was paralyzed on the left side of her body. Not long after I came to terms with my mom, my dad was also admitted to the hospital. We found out that 3 months after my mom had her stroke, my dad had one too. When he was admitted to the hospital, we found out that he had dementia and congestive heart failure. My parents have been strong role models for me since they opened their home to me and my 15 adopted brothers and sisters. As the youngest child still living at home, I felt very alone as I watched their health decline. Felt like I was losing my family day by day. As the months went on, I began my sophomore year here at LEEP. It was one of the most difficult experiences I have gone through because I went from making all A's and B's in advanced and honors classes to earning U's in all my classes. I was failing school because I skipped school to take care of my mom and dad. I was taking care of my parents, trying to make sure we had food in the house, along with going to school and working part-time at McDonald's. My experience at McDonald's has been nothing but positive. I have learned how to interview to get a job, the responsibility of being on time to keep my job. I've learned how to communicate not only with the customers but with the managers. My grades began to fall because I was working too much during the week, so I went to my manager and asked if I could be scheduled on the weekends so I could concentrate on my homework and useful assignments at night during the week. They were more than happy to help. I would like to thank the owner of McDonald's, Art Davenport, for giving me the opportunity to work for him. Would you please stand up? I had so much going on that I did not have time for school or even friends. I can remember wishing I had my life back, but I had to grow up and take care of my family. My parents and I had struggled to keep food in the house. At one point, my older sister moved in to help take care of my parents, but instead she kept the food locked up in her room, and all I could do was cry. The time came for me to get some help. I couldn't make it by myself anymore, so I went to Miss Baxter, my career planner. She sat and listened to everything that was happening with me and my parents. And taking time out of her day, she went to a local church to get food for my parents and me. We had enough food for a couple of nights each week, and I could not thank her enough for what she has done for us. There have been many occasions where I felt like giving up on school, and she has been there to encourage me and help me to stay strong and stay in school. And thanks to her, I continue to come to school and still try despite everything that had happened to me and my parents. She has known my family for many years, and I wouldn't know what to do without her in my life. She's taken so much time out of her life to help me with my issues. She is the reason why I feel like I can finish high school and plan to attend JCTC in the fall and pursue a nursing degree. She gives me courage and makes me feel like I can succeed in life. Being a part of the LEEP program has not only helped taking care of my personal and social issues, but I have gone to workshops on financial literacy and to learn about financial assistance for college and completing the FAFSA application. Each day, Ms. Baxter checks my grades and either get a high five or a disappointing look in a living lecture. The high fives have been the norm this year. The LEEP program and Ms. Baxter have impacted my life in so many ways, but there are a few other people here I would like to recognize today. Miss Owen, my e-school teacher. Would you please stand up? She has encouraged me and kept me determined to complete my e-school assignments in the CCC lab. I'm also thankful for my classmate Dustin Farrow, who encouraged me to get my assignments done. And in the mornings, Mr. Johnson would always greet me and call me by name. He always had a big smile on his face and encouraging words for me that always put a smile on my face. I now believe that I can become someone bigger than I ever could imagine, and thank you all for this honor. It means the world to me.
We've been seeing the paths to success going through this room all day today, and I want you to hear from a couple of alumni who've already been down that path a good ways. How did the LEEP program help them? Well, let's turn it over to Kayla Cunningham and Michelle Artis.
Good morning, everybody. Must be a Southern thing because myself, like Brandon, I'm pretty nervous too. I'm really excited to be here with everyone this morning and share my story with you all. After hearing some of them, I think mine kind of fails in comparison, but I've made it this far nonetheless. When I first heard about the LEEP program, I was a sophomore in high school. I was failing 5 out of 6 classes, and I was absent more than I was actually present. I had recently transitioned to Southern High School after a brief move to California brought me back to Kentucky. However, it was not a lack of ability that prevented me from fulfilling my potential, as throughout elementary and middle school, I had always been told what a bright student I was. The problem was the level of stability I had in my life at that point. Southern was the third high school I was enrolled in just a little over a year's time. I had a less than perfect home life, being raised by a single mother who struggled financially and was not always the most supportive. When I arrived at Southern, I was in new and unfamiliar territory and had no friends. Those factors seemed to create the perfect storm for high school failure. Over the next few months, I missed close to 50 days of school and was failing nearly every class. I missed so much school that when I would show back up for being gone after a long time, my Spanish teacher, Mr. Jefferson, would introduce me as the new student to everyone in the class. In January of my sophomore year, I'd accumulated so many unexcused absences that my mother and I were turned over to the truancy office. Whether I wanted to or not, I had to begin to show up to school every day or face consequences. That is where my relationship with Miss Hines in the LEEP program began. In a very short period of time, my experience at school completely changed. I was passing all of my classes, attendance was no longer an issue, and I'd made many new friends just by showing up every day. However, my troubles were not completely over. Over the course of the next 2 years, I had a great deal of classes to make up. Due to those that I had previously failed, I was placed on the list of seniors who might not graduate. Although I was labeled as an at-risk kid, I never thought that way about myself. To me, I was always destined to do great things. I never let the labels influence my path. I always knew I was destined to succeed. I just had a few more roadblocks to tackle along the way. Miss Hines provided me with a structure that I did not always receive at home, and she had faith in me that I sometimes did not have for myself. She believed in my potential and was dedicated to helping me fulfilling that. Before long, I was spending a few hours a week in her office chatting about school, friends, or just life in general. Even when there were doubts about whether I would get all of my requirements completed on time, Miss Hines never lost faith in me. With her dedication to my success, I graduated on time with my class, even with all the adversity that I had faced along the way. I did not know that Ms. Puchetti and Mr. Keepers were going to be here today, so I'm going to improvise just a little. I can still remember taking our senior panoramic picture, and they stressed over and over and over, if you are a senior in a junior homeroom, you are not in the picture. Well, I was a junior and a senior, or a senior in a junior homeroom, and I knew I was going to graduate, and I was going to be in that picture. So I made it down to the gym, sat in on all the pictures, and then Miss Puchetti comes up and her little finger like that and pulled me out of the pictures and just ripped me a new one all the way down to the office. She said she was going to crop me out of the picture, but she didn't. After high school, I spent the next few years working part-time and attending community college, taking arbitrary classes with no real goal in sight. I was uncertain about what I wanted to spend the rest of my life doing, but felt like I still needed to be making progress towards something. Once again, I always saw great things in my future, even though statistics sometimes hinted that I wouldn't amount to anything. Finally, it dawned on me that I should spend the rest of my life encouraging kids to fulfill their potential, much like Miss Hines did for me. That's when I decided to become a middle school teacher. I chose middle school because I believe that is where I can make the most difference. I want to be the person to show that some of these kids, that regardless of their circumstances, they too can do great things with their lives. My life serves as a testimony to the positive impact a caring adult can have on a student. Building connections and relationships is crucial. Sometimes I reflect back to what might have happened if I did not have such a positive relationship with my career planner, or what would have happened if I had let the trials of my home life take over. Even though I knew I was destined to be successful, there is only so much one person can take before they give up. After I'm hired and I have my own classroom, I plan to share my story with students and let them see that anything is possible with determination and perseverance. I want them to see that regardless of their home life, their financial situation, or ability, they can achieve their goals if they have someone who believes in them and they also believe in themselves. I believe that education is more than teaching reading and writing. Teachers can also provide structure and normalcy to a student who may not have it at any other place but school. Look, I skipped one. Sometimes I get down on myself because of how long it has taken me to complete my bachelor's degree. It's taken 7 years in 3 different colleges. I sometimes feel that in that length of time, I could have completed a master's degree and already began working. But then I remember that the length of time is not what is important. What is important is that I never lost sight of my goal, never gave up, and I am where I am today. What does matter is that I worked a great deal the entire time I was in school, realizing that it was essentially up to me to get me where I wanted to be. With my graduation from Western Kentucky less than 2 short months away, I can honestly say that I am where I want to be. As my student teaching experience at Bardstown Middle School nears completion, I can see firsthand the impact I'm having on my students. I love when they trust me enough to talk to me about what is going on in their lives beyond schoolwork. I want those impacts to be long-lasting, and I look forward to making many more throughout my teaching career. In conclusion, the most important thing is that there is at least one caring adult in a child's life. It's all about building relationships, connections, and confidence. I will be eternally grateful to Ms. Hines for providing me with the support during the time I spent as a student in the Louisville Education and Employment Partnership. When so many around me saw me going nowhere fast, she saw me going anywhere I set my mind to. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. How are you guys? All right. I would like to just start off by thanking LEEP for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak at this year's 26th annual breakfast. And I will just give you guys a brief update of what's going on in my life right now. So, 3 years since I was recognized at the 2011 Outstanding Student of the Year Award, but that's where I first started at. This is why I'm here. I actually was nominated by my career planner, Mr. Anthony Dickerson from Western High School. And so, but first I would like to tell you where it all started. Nearly 3 years ago, I was a high school senior with a 1.5-year-old son whom I had given birth to at the age of 16. Along with my roles as a student and a mother, I was also a cheerleader and an employee for UPS in the School to Work program. It was difficult juggling the responsibilities, and I was often tired, but I persisted because I had wanted to offer a better life for my son. I was determined not to be another statistic or allow anyone to limit how far I would go as a teenage mother. Being in the LEEP program provided support to maintain my 3.9 grade point average in high school. Although facing many challenges, I'm proud to share that through hard work, I succeeded in overcoming these obstacles with the help of several wonderful folks, including the representatives of the UPS School to Work program, along with the staff and administration at Western High School. One thing that no one knew about me was that I was also coping with the challenges of my mother's addiction to drugs, which had taken over her life. I knew I had wanted to be successful and make the right decisions in life, not only for me, but for my son as well. While trying to make the right decisions for my son and myself, I knew the first step would involve finding stable housing arrangements. I was referred to the Family Scholar House by my high school career planner, Mr. Jefferson. The Family Scholar House is a program that gives single-parent students the support they need to earn a 4-year college degree by providing housing for the single parent and their children. I didn't realize it at the time, but 2 guests from the Family Scholar House were in the audience at this breakfast in 2011. So 3 years ago, in this room, I had met Kathy Dykster and Christy Adams. I had told Kathy on this very same stage that one of my goals was to become a resident of Family Scholar House, and that's exactly what happened. Despite all the obstacles thrown at me, I managed to graduate high school in May 2011 with a 3.9 GPA, and I had earned a full ride scholarship to the University of Louisville. In August 2011, my son and I moved into the Family Scholar House, and 2 weeks later, I had started my college career. My first semester at the University of Louisville was definitely a transition because I was on my own, juggling the task of motherhood and being a full-time student simultaneously. My first semester was very hard to adjust to the new changes around me. Since then, I've learned about balancing class assignments, managing my apartment, while still being a parent. These experiences have taught me many valuable lessons about overcoming adversity in life and helping to develop my character. So here I am today, currently a junior majoring in Justice Administration with a minor in Political Science. After I attain my degree, I plan to attend law school in hopes of becoming an advocate for juveniles. I'm also proud to say that I received my first 4.0 last fall semester. And I'm also working towards the same achievement for this spring semester. My son will turn 5 this year, and he has grown into a loving, sweet person, which can talk your ear off every day, but that's totally fine. As I close, I would like to thank Mr. Dickerson. If you can stand up, please. Mr. Dickerson, my career planner when I was at Western High School, he helped me overcome the tough obstacles that I had faced, and without him helping me throughout the process, I do not know where I would be today, because he was behind my back every step of the way, which I also appreciate. I would also like to thank Family Scholar House. As I told them earlier, I don't know what words could express how grateful I am for this program. It's not only helping me, but also other single fathers and mothers that need help along the way to obtaining an education. So when I always say this, that Family Scholar House, the name family is the perfect name for the program, because everyone there treats you as a family. It's not a single individual that, will treat you as an individual. They treat you like a family. The program is a family. And I love the program, and it's only producing miracles in everyone's life, and especially mine, and I'm truly grateful for the program. And I would also like to thank Mayor Fisher for his continued support of the LEEP program and Scholar House. These programs are not only where I had begun my journey into the real world, but they had given me the opportunity and the confidence I needed to take on college life as a young mother. So I have one last thought that I would like to share with you guys today. I will always be an individual who is driven and determined and will not let the past decide my future. I will continue to pursue my dreams and pursue my degree and prepare for what the future holds for me. With that being said, I will end by saying this. It is not where you have come from, but yet where you are going. Thank you.
Well, I don't know about you, but I had some tears. And I just have a brief moment here. I want to do one last special recognition, and then I have my marching orders from Dr. Hargens to get this, get you out of here, get you back to your real job. So I have something for Barry, if I can find it. And I'm just going to read a little something real quick for Barry. Before the breakfast every year, Barry and I have lunch, and we catch up what has been going on in our lives. We talk about the breakfast agenda. I give him copies of the students' speeches. We talk about travel, his work on new projects, his grandchildren, and the importance and the value of telling a good story. I always enjoy my time with Barry, and even if it is a brief moment in time, I walk away with a smile on my face, and I think how lucky I am to have him be our MC for the past 8 years. When I thank him for taking time out of his busy schedule to share his humor, his quick wit, and his joy of storytelling, he always says this to me: I believe in what you do. So Barry, I would like to give you this special recognition for believing in the work we do and for our continued support and enduring commitment to the LEEP program. Thank you.
It is my pleasure, as they say here at the Brown, to do this, and to be inspired by the young people that we hear from, like Kayla and from Michelle just a moment ago. And they prove that you don't have to follow the script that somebody else gives you. Somebody says, well, you're never going to do this. That should be your inspiration. It says, the hell you say. You're never going to do that. Oh yeah? I'll show you. So Leapers all, we are here again, and we are preaching to the choir again, because everybody in here is with the program. The young people who need to hear the voices that we have heard today are not here. They're not in this room. The message needs to be carried forth from this time and place. by you to someone who needs to hear it. You know, the experts tell us that if you want to quit smoking, 90% of it is deciding to quit smoking. The actual quitting isn't that hard, but once you've decided to do it, then it becomes easy. That's the kind of message that we're hearing today. The Harry Potter books and movies, the woman who wrote that, J.K. Rowling, said this at a Harvard graduation a few years ago. I did not go to Harvard, by the way. I went to the University of Iowa in Iowa City, which did not do well in the NCAA. I wish I could say that it did, but it didn't. It disappointed me greatly. But they'll be back. Here's what J.K. Rowling said. If you choose to use your status and influence to raise your voice on behalf of those who have no voice, if you choose to identify not only with the powerful but with the powerless, if you retain the ability to imagine yourself into the lives of those who do not have your advantages, and we might add your willpower, you young people, then it will not only be your proud families who celebrate your existence, but thousands and millions of people whose reality you have helped change, whose reality you have helped change. We do not need magic to change the world, said the creator of Harry Potter. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. You see, what you were looking for is already inside you. Here's another way to put it, and I will leave you with this, and thank you for coming today. An old Cherokee told his grandson, "My boy," he said, "there is a battle inside us all between two wolves. One is evil. It is anger and jealousy and greed and resentment, inferiority, ego and lies. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth." The little boy thought about this, and he said, "But grandfather, which wolf wins?" And the old man replied, "The one you feed." My last thought to you on this day: feed the good wolf.